Tonight, we have the Manchurian President Barack Obama, who will be answering questions about the healthcare bill. Chairman Leader Nancy Pelosi said on the record in public that we would have to pass the healthcare bill to find out what's in it. Is that not unconstitutional to require a vote on something that the Speaker admits is not known? Is that not alone grounds for nullification?
Now, Glenn, I wouldn't get too concerned about the petty details of legislation. Hell, our Congress has been passing crap that no one has known much about, much less understood, for years.
Yes, but Chairman Obama, this is a complete restructuring of America. A massive economic overhaul, if you will. And, well, to force it on us without the Speaker admitting that we don't know what is in it, is that not a violation of our right to know what our representatives are voting on?
Well, Glenn, let's be real for a moment. Let me be candid. In a kleptocracy, the citizens have neither the right to know what their representatives are voting on, nor the right to appeal it or repeal it. In a kleptocracy, the petty details of how the ruling class conducts its affairs are not important for the citizens to know. And well, the peons, the serfs, don't really need to know anyway. What matters is what the ruling elite want, and what we want is change. Yes. Change is what is needed. What the serfs want is irrelevant.
Okay. The citizens who fund the government and who elect the representatives to serve them are the serfs. The subjects?
Yes, Glenn. The NIV. The NIVs don't need to know what the ruling class is doing. They are not smart enough to understand the process and what is involved. The only real knowledge is information transmitted from socialist Ivy League professors to their students. All other knowledge is, well, second-class and unreliable. When America finally gets that government people are the only people who can be trusted to know the truth, then and only then can the long-awaited hope and change become a reality.
But Mr. Chairman Leader, the people are calling it hoax and chains. Hoax and chains is hardly hope and change.
You will see, Glenn. Like Mr. Biden said of these last elections, 30 would be a big win for the Democrats. And I am confident in 2012, if we can get enough illegals or felons registered to vote, we will see another huge Democrat victory. They love my hope and change. And before you ask about the debt that radical right-wingers say threatens to put America into the ash heap of history, let me remind you that debt is necessary to avert cutting absolutely essential government programs that will stimulate our economy. Sure, Hoover and Roosevelt destroyed our economy in the Great Depression with government intervention, and Roosevelt's Treasury Secretary said that after 7 years of trying, stimulus and infrastructure programs did not work. Unemployment remained above 20%. So, yes, Roosevelt was the worst president ever on domestic affairs. America suffered more under him than any president. But at least Roosevelt saw Hitler as the threat that he was, though I have to admit, any average president with his eyes open would have recognized Hitler as a problem. Anyway, that was then and this is now. Just because stimulus and infrastructure and intervention in higher taxes hasn't worked before, and even though cutting taxes and government spending and intrusion has always worked, what you must understand, Glenn, is that thankfully, because of the liberals in media and government and education, Roosevelt remains one of the most popular of American presidents. What is important, Glenn, is the president's popularity for now and for posterity, not the silly concerns about the survival of America and its economy.
Well, we may all be speaking Chinese before you know it. And China and Saudi Arabia will own us. But if you say so, Mr. Chairman Leader. There you have it, America, you have heard it from the man himself. Like Roosevelt, Obama's popularity and more power for the Democrats is more important than America's economic survival, and thus, America's survival. Good night from New York.